Hello everybody, good day to you. Welcome back. Glad you guys are here. We've got a 2010 Honda Civic 1.3 liter hybrid engine, the CVT transmission, and 183,452 miles on the odometer. We're going through a long list of previous recommendations on this particular car. It came in with a suspected transmission issue. Found out it had a simple engine misfire that has since been resolved. It had some worn out brakes up on the front, and while we were doing the brake job, I found that there was some slight bit of tearing in the control arm bushings on this car, and a slight bit more play in the lower ball joints. Now, the issue with the control arms actually weren't that bad. The tearing wasn't horrible and the bushings hadn't separated, but the ball joints were due for a replacement. Now, the issue was here is the ball joints are available with replacement control arms for like $5 more. So we ended up just buying a pair of control arms for both sides, both the lowers, and that is the project of the day on this 2010 Honda Civic. So let's get the rack set on this thing. We'll get it back up in the air, pop the front wheels back off, and we'll get to work on disassembling that front end. So stay tuned, because this is gonna be a very good video. Powering down. Opening the hood. Let's grab that wheel lock and get out of here. It's a little hot in this thing. Climbing out. Alrighty, I've got the rack set up. Let's move around to the passenger side here. Tap that black subscribe button. Moving on up. We're gonna go up to around shoulder height. That way we can get access to these wheel wells and we'll pull this thing apart. Okay, it looks like we're starting with the right front on this one. We'll get both the wheels popped off and we'll do one more inspection on those ball joints. We can see what kind of condition they're in. Bust this guy out. There we go. Rear wheel. There's our shiny new brakes we just put on. Look at those. All right, let's circumnavigate the Honda, go around to the driver's side front here. We'll pull this one apart and we'll take a look at those ball joints. Actually, you know what? I have another idea. Let me lift this thing up and we're gonna give this a shake down higher up in the air, and then we can see it with the wheel on. That'll be easier to actually shake the suspension so we can see the necessary motion in play. Changing my mind, move back up. All right, let's move in here to the inside of the wheel well and take a look at these ball joints. Caster Troy! Yes. Woo! Hey, come over here, man, help me out. Can you grab this wheel for me and give it a shake left and right? I believe there's some play in these ball joints down here. Oh yeah, keep doing that. Yeah, let's get some light in there. Keep doing that, sir, keep going. Look at all that. Yeah, well, you're good, you're good. Okay, now like I said, we could replace just this ball joint. You can see it's bolt on, it's fairly simple. However, for like $5, $6 more, we got an entire control arm, which came with new control arm bushings. You see the very small amount of tearing in that. That's fairly inconsequential and kind of normal. But for $5 and 180,000 miles, we might as well just refresh these guys and let that be that. That one's a little more torn than the others. Either way, they're all getting replaced. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll get this wheel pulled off and we'll go from there. Wheel lock. And I dropped my nut. Hello. All right, down below, the first thing we need to do is get the pin out of the nut on the lower ball joint. We'll pull this guy out, save that for later. We need a 19 mil and we'll take this loose, pop it loose from the knuckle, and then we can get the rest of the hardware disconnected. Now I'm going to attempt this without pulling this axle out, so I need to, oh, it fits, look at that. Now I need to be cautious here because I hit you in the face. Never mind, I don't need to be cautious, it's going to come right out. What I was going to say is I'll have to switch to the open end on this because as I unthread this, it's going to get closer to the axle. And it's close, I can't even unthread it, look at that. Let's try this, watch this. We'll see if the threads will push the ball joint out from the steering knuckle if I just continue to unscrew it. That's not gonna work. Pry bar, going in with a pry bar. Need to break this loose. So far I've had 2 plans to get that out and both of them did not work. Okay, so here, let's try something different. Let's get a pry bar in there to take up some space. We'll unscrew it some. Hit you guys again. Prying down some, not anything crazy. I don't want to break the axle or anything like that. Just a little bit of down action. And a couple impacts right here on the knuckle. That should get this guy to pop free. Come out. Negative. Perhaps my order of operations is inaccurate. Let me try some better impacts first. Did it pop loose? Yeah, nope, not yet. Well, this was easy. Now it is not. Okay, back to the original iteration of the plan. I'll stick this pry bar in here. See if I can't unthread this some to create some downward pressure on the stud. Perhaps that'll do it. This thing's gonna make me take the axle out and use a puller. See it now. I shouldn't have said anything. Bad Ray. No talking. Okay, it's getting tight. You gonna come out? Nope. There we go, see that? The appropriate amount of force in the appropriate area accomplished everything we needed. Tactics. Battlefield tactics. Okie doke, so looking left ever so slightly, you can see right here the sway bar is attached to these lower control arms with the links. There's one of the nuts. Let's get some lube on our nut. And we'll see if we can't spin this off and just leave that sway bar right where it is. See what it does. Loud noises. Beautiful. Comes right apart. That's what I like. This is good. I'll put the nut back on the bar so it doesn't get lost. We'll back up yet again because there's a 19 mil bolt running through the control arm into the subframe. That's our front bolt, and then there's one more in the back over there. All right, big bolt, big gun coming in, wrong size socket. Again, God. Yes, that's a 17, not a 19. My micrometer must be out of calibration this morning. Unclickage. Got it. All right, let's get out of here and back into the wheel well, and we can go ahead and reach in through that hole right there and get that last bolt from the back side of that control arm. That one is next. So I think I can get in there with my 90. Let me see if I can get on that fastener, which negative, that's not gonna fit, the head's too big. Here, let's try again with a swivel socket and the 90. Let's see if we can't get that guy on. And that's also negative. Now I have to do this by hand. What is this? Fine, I capitulate. I'll use a ratchet. Let's get this guy loose. Unclickage. Oh, ratchet's falling out too. It's actually harder to reach than kind of what it looks like, I think. Not the easiest fasteners to get a hold of. You didn't really think I was gonna do all that by hand, did you? Yeah, I don't think so. Come out. Got it. Good. Now, oh, I cannot reach. There it is. Okay, there's our bolt. So the control arm is now completely disconnected from the subframe. So what I need to do here is pull this out from the ball, or pull the ball joint out. Now the strut is free, and I should just be able to wiggle this control arm out. Come here, control arm. Pry bar. Always more pry bar. Let's pop this guy out. This was easy. I thought it was easy. Am I just not good at working on Hondas? Get out of there. More pry bar. Come out. It's getting hung up in the back. No worries. Just keep working it. It'll come out. I'll hit it with a hammer. Seriously? I hope the install does not go as... Oh, here we go. I got it now. A little bit of the proper leverage. She comes right out of there. Sort of. Kinda. It's now captured by the sway bar. What have I done? Okay, change of plans. I need to rethink my life and take the sway bar loose as well. See, I thought I was gonna be able to just kind of maneuver this up and over that and leave the sway bar in position. That's not the case. So we're gonna go over here to the other side, buzz the sway bar off right here, and then we'll pull the two bushings off and the straps. Get that guy removed, just like the other side that came out, no problem. Drop my nut, come here. We'll put that right back there where we found it. Screw that on, get on there. That'll protect the threads, and then I know where it is. Now, let's pop these straps off on the kicks. There we go, two, another. Now it's moving. I'll grab it over here so it can't fall on me. Last bolt coming out. Control arm almost falling down. There it is. I did that completely bass-backwards. It was not very well thought out. I could have done better. That was an error in judgment. Oops. No worries. It's out. And we've already started off on the other side, so let's move on over and get this one disconnected and removed. All right, going in with the needly noses, let's pull this little pin out. Come here, got it. And we'll go back in with the 19, get that loose, and then get it pry barred. Turn that some. Now that I got the system, I think I'll just repeat what we did on the other side. Get in here with the angle pry bar, get it tight, hammer it in, and it'll pop that ball joint out. That's the idea anyway. Right about there. Now I'm not prying against the axle, it's actually catching the lip right here around that bearing housing, and it's pushing pressure off of that, not off of the CV axle itself. I know it's close quarters combat, but I'm not prying on this axle. That would not be okay. One didn't do it. Try this one here. A little farther down on that nut. No, that one didn't do it either. Okay, let's get some impacts. A couple hits on that to shock it loose. Kind of tight getting in there. The hammer swing has got to be perfect. Oh no. those were good hits. Tell me now, did you come loose? Nope. Well, I thought I had it. Thought I had the system down, but I guess I don't. Yeah, I do. Aha. Got it. Pull that out later. Okay, looking left, we've got our 17 on that front bushing. And then the 14 on the rear bushing. Okay, we've come out from the bottom. We're up in the passenger side wheel well again. Let me crack this guy loose. That's the last bolt in this control arm. There we go. Switch it out for the electron ratchet and we're good here. Ring, ring. Get that guy out of there. Come here. Come here, bolt. Got it. All right, going back in, return of the pry bar. Let's see if I can't get behind this thing and get it popped out of the subframe. Maybe it'll come out easier than the other side did, since I seem to think I almost know what I'm doing here. And that back joint is kind of hung up, just like the other side was. How do I get in there? Let's maybe pry bar it from the top. Try that. Yeah, that worked. It moved. Good. More. There we go. Got her. 2 control arms removed. Okay, let's take a little field trip outside. The replacements were just delivered not long ago. They're out here on the box. Let's see what we've got. OE grade. It says so right on the box. What are these, Mivotechs or something? I think that's what they were. Yep, 1 control arm assembly, complete with ball joint. Oh yeah, these are looking good. Ball joints are nice. They're bolted in. The design emulates the factory design. And we can see that the bushings do not have any tears in them. This is good. Let's bring these over to the car and start getting them installed. Moving on. Okay, let's get this compared with the one we just removed. Make sure it's dimensionally accurate and whatnot, which it appears to be. That's correct. That's correct. Ball joints are correct. I think we're good to go here. Let's get this out of here. I don't need you. Goodbye. Bolted in ball joint style. Very good. Okay, let's get this thing up in position here and bolted back in. Now, I've just decided that the installation is going to go a lot easier than the removal was. That's what the goal is here. So, let's see if we can't figure this out. Oh, I know what I'll do. I've done this before. I remember these. I'll put the ball joint in first, and then use the mass of the rest of the assembly to help position everything. That's what we're gonna do. Let's pull that steering out some. Come here, ball joint. You guys see what I'm up to? No, you cannot. Let me move you over here slightly. That was too much slightness. What I need to do is get that guy in the hole. All the way in. See, as I'm doing that, it's pushing in the bushing over there, the rear one, and I just need to get it lined up and then get the front bushing bolted in. Come on, get in there. Oh, it moved. I got it. That's enough to get the nut on. Beautimous. And during that struggle, I managed to get the rear bushing in almost in position, which means we just need to focus on the front one after I get the bolt lined up on that rear. So really all I need to do is just kind of maneuver this thing rearward just slightly. So, how's this looking? Almost. It's close. Nope. Not quite. More backwards or there. And then down some. And then out just a little bit. Everything's a hammer, including the hammers. There we go. Bolt going in. Aha. Good, 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 good. And you know what? Since that sway bar is gone, I think I can reach this from the inside. Sure can. Yeah. Uh-oh. It's not lined up on the other side. There's a twist in it. Okay. Well, since there's a twist in it, I need to untwist it. And since I need to untwist it, that means putting this control arm all the way in position. That's the harder part here. Because you see, the angle of this bushing is pointed out towards us. The bottom is farther in, this is pointed out, and that's because the suspension has sagged down. If the suspension was in its neutral position, this thing would be tilted straight and it would slide into that groove a little bit better. So what we need to do is flex this bushing. Maybe. Aha, that works. Prying down on it. Look at that. Pull it right in. And then we'll give it a push right here. She's in. Nice. We get that bottom bolt in position, then we can go back to that rear bolt. Kind of pry this out some. I went a little too far. A little bit more. Come on, you. Ooh, I know. I'll get a punch and I'll run a punch through the hole to help line that up. Okay, yeah, look it up. You see how we're a little off center. I'm gonna go in there with this punch. Just kind of pry this back a little bit. Whoa, I almost fell out of my chair. I got it though, it moved. It's a little bound up in there. Okay, now I can get that bolt in. Up we go, let's get it started. Almost. There we go. Get those threads lined up. Clicks. Okay, let's move on back up some, and we're gonna see about getting that rear bolt lined up in the position back there. That was next. I'm thinking it moved. See if it's gonna thread. Nope, not yet. Need to wiggle that, that bushing some. Going in with the pry bar. I think pressing up is the appropriate direction here. There it goes. There it goes. It caught. We're good. Click it. All right, got it. Okay, backing up some. Let's just get this ball joint tight. We'll get the cotter key installed, and then we are good to go on this side. Here, let's push our ball joint up. Spin that on, and we need I think that's a 21, no longer a 19. All right, 21, is that the correct? Yes, it is. Got it. Good, my ichrometer calibration is coming back into spec. I like this. Except, oh, no, it's not. It's a 22. It's not going on. I'm dumb. Trying again with the 22. It's amazing how well this stuff fits with the right size tools. How about that? Hitting you guys with wrenches again. Terrible. Get out of here. Try it from this side. More space. There we go. Got the locomotion going now. All right. endless threadeds on the ball joint. It's almost there. Can't get the box end on. One more pull. And one more pull after that. There we go. Take a jizz. Now here's the fun part. Look at this. The cotter key goes in. However, it doesn't go through the little notches in the castle nut. And that's okay. But it is a design oversight. Let's pull this guy through.
AutoZone's got a deal for that. $289.99 right now. Until the 31st.
Man, I got 60 pounds. Yeah, I bought 2 of them like a few weeks ago. Like, I don't need any more. We just found out refrigerant became much more expensive than it used to be. Which is very unfortunate, because I just bought a bunch. Anyway, that guy's in. It's not going to flip up and hit the CV axle, so this is good to go. All the bolts on this side are tight. Let's get out of here, move over back to the driver's side. Again, we will circumnavigate our Honda. Moving around. Let's see, we'll work on her from about the front side. That's going to work out best. Let's get our wheel turned. I've got to push and not pull, because if I pull, I will pull the axle joints apart, and that would not be okay. We don't want to do that. Okay, control arm coming in. We're going to repeat this procedure in a similar fashion to how we did the other side. Try to get the ball joint and all these bushings lined up here. I actually need to pull this out some. I rotated the wheel too far. I don't have enough space to get that ball joint to line up. Let's try this. Almost. There it goes. That's in. Let's get the nut on. That way it can't fall out. There we go. We are nutted. Now if we look back, we can see that that rear bushing is almost right where it should be. It needs to go in a little farther, and we need to get this this front bushing straightened back out and then pressed in. Let's do the front one first. We'll try that. So let's try to push that guy in from the top. Help kind of bend it some and take away some of that twist. Just kind of tap it on in there. Then we'll go back down, grab the bolt, and we will grab that punch and wiggle that around until it's straight. Here, let's see how well or how close we got this. Oh, that's like right on the money. Look at that. That's beautiful. And that's the wrong bolt. Yeah, that's because I was sitting on the appropriate bolt. It was on the little shelf under my stool. You in? Felt like it's in. Let's find out. Got it. Click. All right, so far so good. Let's get some pry bar under this back bushing. We've got to pry it kind of up and a little bit out. You see the bolt hole in there? So we need to go outwards ever so slightly-ish. Come on now. There it goes. Let's try it from this side over here. See if, oh, look at that, perfect alignment. Stay right there. Stay there, don't move. Almost perfect. And it moved. No, I lost it. Where is it? That was so perfect. I probably can't do it again like that. Maybe. Get in your home, please. I'll wiggle it some. There we go. And the threads are lining up. Perfect. Good, good, good. Yeah, we're picking up speed now and getting a little bit of momentum. This is good. Let's get this guy tight. Not from down there. I have to get this one from the top. thickages. There we go. Okie dokes. Let's get the ball joint bolt on, and we're all set here. We can rock and roll. This one has the same size castle nut as the right side did, so we're gonna need that 22. Open end, not boxed end. A little bit of rhythmic clackety clack, and we'll draw that in, cotter pin it, and throw the wheels back on after the sway bar goes in. Can't forget the sway bar. Alright, I see the hole for the cotter key. It's emerging. Cotter key, cotter pin. I tried to say pin and key at the same time. Anyway, of the two, what do you guys call those? You call them cotter pins or cotter keys? Because I understand from past comments that there are many names in which to refer to those as. I call them cotter pins. But I've been calling them cotter keys this whole time, so which one is it? The world may never know. There we go. That one's tight. Okie dokes, pin coming in from the back side. Push that guy through. Not without the pliers, I won't. Alright, let's try again. Pin going in from the front side. Push that guy through. Spin that one around. Do the same with that one because I can't really fold them super nice. The space does not allow such things. And that's secure. We're good to go. Let's get out of here. Back it up. Get the sway bar in position. Okay, one stabilizer bar being maneuvered back into its home. I think we sit right about here. Yep, the links point down and they bolt in like so. Yep, that's where it's gonna go. Okay. And I did not mean to make that rhyme, but it did. It did. Okay, let's get these backwards. There we go. I'll get a couple of the bolts started. No, I won't. The thing fell out. We'll get the bolt started, and then I'll get the other side started. That way it's, I can let the weight off of this because I'm going to get noodle arm real fast. Get the shakes. Stay. There. Stay there. Passenger side coming together. Stay. Very good. Backside bolts. There we go. Okay, let's get these in links on and bolted in. That one's in position. Good. And same thing over here on the passenger side, right behind me. Let's get our nut tight real quick, like. Clicks. Okay, let's go ahead and spin it around. And we'll get this last one in right through the hole. There's our nut that I just dropped. Got it, caught it. Never hit the ground. Oh yeah. Get on there, please. Clicks. Okay, a little bit more torque on the bushing bolts. Clicks and 4 times clickages. Very good. Okay, so we have new control arms, new ball joints, new bushings, sway bars in, looking good. Everybody's nice and tight. Let's toss the wheels on, get this thing rolled back out. This vehicle is complete. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead, close this video out right about now. There's nothing more to see. I don't need to do a test drive on it because the only time this thing needs to go anywhere is when it goes back home. But before that, it has to go to the alignment shop. Other than that, we are good to go. We've done a successful tune-up, fixed the suspected transmission problem, did some front and rear brake work, and made the front suspension safe and stable yet again. So overall, this is a highly successful repair operation on this car. I'm glad I had the opportunity to work on this car, and I'm glad I got the opportunity to share that experience with you guys. So that being said, as always, and again, thank you guys for watching. Certainly hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, please feel free to let me know about that by tapping that like button down below. Drop me a comment or two while you're down there. And most importantly, do not forget to have yourselves a great day. See you guys later. Hey, it's the after party, backing out the auto. Let us not forget, wheel lock keys go back in the center console. Restarting the engine. Quiet Honda. Reverse, honks for safety, rack is cleared both sides. Steering wheel's still straightish, it's not like that or anything, so we're good here. Bolts, ball joints, sway bar, going through all of it in my head. We're all good to go. Parking the car, backing it out, calling my guy. Come pick it up, you can have your car back, we're ready to roll. Finalize parking the auto, and last power down. Pew! Hey, goodbye, Honda.